Just a few short hours after Republicans shot down a bill that would have banned assault weapons and strengthened background checks on purchasing firearms, there was a mass shooting at UNLV. 3 people killed, well, 4, including the gunman, and there's just nothing we can do about it. You know? Except, of course there's something we can do about it. It's just that Republicans, mostly, some Democrats, refuse to fucking do it. So instead, we have solutions like active shooter drills, which is such a uniquely American concept. We have so many mass shootings and school shootings that we need corporate training to provide the illusion of safety without actually making anyone safer and quite possibly harming the mental health of all those who participate. Or maybe that's just my leftist, woke, libtard opinion. But even the most ardent supporters of active shooter drills don't claim they prevent mass shootings. The claim is that they help with the response to a mass shooting. And maybe that's true. You remember the shooting in Uvalde, Texas, like 5 or 6 or 20 school shootings ago? The students inside the building actually successfully followed their training, remaining still and quiet, even as their friends and teachers bled to death all around them. Good job, kids. Sorry for how America is. Unfortunately, the officers waiting outside the building said that they thought the kids must have been in a cafeteria or somewhere besides the classrooms because the classrooms were so quiet and, quote, you would think that the kids would be screaming and yelling. No, officer, they're just following their training, unlike you. Their training said they were supposed to confront a shooter if they thought there was anyone hurt inside, and everyone knew that there were people hurt inside. Afterwards, a dozen cops went on record saying they were afraid of the semi-automatic rifle and that they wanted to make sure that they made it home at the end of the day. Again, actual quote. We live in a country where teachers and students, kids, are better trained at responding to a mass shooting than the police. They're also more courageous. Compare the brave hero cops of Uvalde, Texas, with the cops from Mississippi who called themselves the Goons Squad. This was a group of deputies in Rankin County who for years would break into people's homes, torture them for hours, beat the shit out of them, sexually abuse them, all for petty drug arrests. Their biggest bust was like $400 of heroin. That would last Robert Downey Jr. like 2 fucking hours back in the 90s. These tough guy goons would have continued their reign of terror unchecked if not for one raid gone wrong. Well, all of their raids went wrong, but this shit went really, really wrong. So they broke into the home of these 2 guys. Typical. They tased them, beat the shit out of them, threatened to rape them. Typical. Then they shoved a gun down one guy's throat. Didn't realize that a bullet was still in the chamber, which was really unfortunate because then they pulled the fucking trigger. Somehow the guy managed to live, just barely, and now 5 cops have pled guilty. And you know that shit is bad if cops are pleading guilty. Of course, their superiors and the rest of the department swear they had no idea any of this was going on. Except there were complaints and lawsuits going back fucking years. Not to mention the Goon Squad made commemorative coins to celebrate all the awful shit they did. Look at that. Lieutenant Middleton's Goon Squad. Look at this fucking shit. These are the guys that Nas was trying to sound like in Who Killed It. Yeah, see? Yeah, we're the Goon Squad, right? And these squads are in police departments all across the country, from Baltimore to LA. They get tattoos to show their gang affiliation or make these fucking commemorative coins. Gotta be honest, this one is probably the coolest one I've seen. I hate to fucking say it. I hate what it represents, but it's pretty fucking cool. I gotta give it fucking credit. But fuck these assholes, these fucking tough guys beating up impoverished drug addicts. But when it comes to confronting a shooter to save some kids, hey, we got to make it home safe. These are police priorities. This is cop culture.